Okay, today I'm going to show you how to make beef in red wine sauce. Dead simple, absolutely beautiful. And this is great as a standalone meal. It's a one pot recipe, okay? It's all cooked in one pot on the stove and in the oven. And you can use this, like I said, as a standalone meal, or what you could do is use it as a pie filling. And we'll explore that possibility a little bit later on. Let me show you how to make this beef in red wine sauce. To start with, you're going to need 500 grams of diced beef, some onions and some red wine. So first thing we're going to need to do is we're going to need to get our onions cooked off so they're pretty much cooked. Then we're going to get our beef on top of them and get that all seasoned up. Okay, so first of all, let's cook our onions. Okay, so with your pot on a medium heat, you want to put in your 50 grams of salted butter. Get that melted. So once that butter's pretty much melted, what we're going to do, we're going to get our two sliced up onions, we're going to get them straight into the pot. So you're going to want to cook these onions now for about 5-10 minutes or so till they've started to go nice and soft, okay? You give them a stir with a wooden spoon occasionally and keep them cooking. Okay, so once those onions are about 50% cooked, it's time to throw your diced beef in. Get all of that beef into the pot, mix it around, and then straight on top of that beef, you want to put 50 grams of plain flour, evenly all over the top. You're going to need to give this a good mix now. Get all that beef coated. So once that beef's coated in flour, what we're going to do is get the lid on this and just let it cook for about 5 minutes, just so it produces a little bit of fluid. Okay, so this beef has been stewing now for a few minutes, okay, for about 5 minutes. It's produced a little bit of fluid. But what we're going to do is we are going to add a splash of rapeseed oil into this pot, and then we're going to let it cook a little bit longer. So there, a good generous splash of rapeseed oil into the pot there. Get that beef all mixed around. So after our beef's been cooking for about 10 minutes or so, 10 to 15 minutes, what we're going to do is going to make up some beef stock. So we've got 2 beef stock cubes, okay, we're going to get them into a bowl and make up 300 millilitres of stock. So there's our beef stock. Okay, we're also going to need 300 millilitres of Merlot. Tip the Merlot in first. Get that all into that pan. Bump that heat up. And on top of that, get your beef stock in there. You want to get 2 tablespoons of tomato puree. A couple of bay leaves. And season it well with some pepper. And there we are. With the lid on that, what we're going to put this into an oven, a preheated oven at 150 degrees. We're just going to let it stew for about an hour. So with that beef in red wine out of the oven, and it is smelling absolutely glorious, what we need to do now at this stage, if you want to, you can add some cooked vegetables and some mushrooms. So what I'm going to do is I've got about 200 to 250 grams of part cooked carrots. Okay, they're just about almost cooked. I'm going to add these into my beef, and if you want to, like I say, you could add some raw mushrooms now, sliced mushrooms, whatever else you like into it, because once we've done that, we're going to cook it for another hour. And I'll get those part cooked carrots into that pot. And there we are, with the lid on it. We're going to pop it back in the oven at about 150. You can bump it down a little tiny bit if you like to 140, but about 150. We're going to pop that back in the oven for another hour, and then it's going to be ready for eating.